Okay, go ahead.
Hi, Miss Afton. I'm Miss Afton. My name's Blair Borders. And please feel free to call me Blair. Miss Afton, I'm a social worker here at Henderson Mental Health. And one of the roles that I do is individual counseling. I help navigate people through different life situations, transitions, stressful or hard things, marriages, divorces, deaths, almost anything you can imagine. I also do couples counseling, even family counseling, group counseling with larger groups, even 20 or 30 people. I do this quite frequently, meeting with individuals, just make you feel a little more comfortable about that. That's one of my roles, and as a professional therapist, one of the things that I try to do and that I want to make sure you're comfortable with before we kind of continue together is that whatever we talk about here today, Miss Afton, stays in this room. Do you almost seem a little worried?
They really.
Well, I'm not somebody that really.
So my question is how do you want to play this?
Tells people how to
social worker,
especially not my children, because I'm so worried about being a burden.
You want to, yeah.
Since my husband died, they live out of state, and I'm just really concerned. I don't want them to be worried about me.
No, I'm just trying to figure it out. Or I was going to say, and in my case, I was going to say that
I appreciate you explaining to me that this will
you
stay
work in
in
this
this room.
organization that feels like
Absolutely,
that.
it will, with a couple of exceptions that I'll talk to you about in a minute, but hearing what you just said, I can only imagine that was very difficult for you if it was recent to get such devastating news.
It was 6 months ago.
All the transition.
You definitely still seem to carry a sense of grief.
For gay.
Yeah,
Because
it's
they have to
been
do their own
quite an
rituals
adjustment.
and celebrations or,
I've been married for over
and
2
then,
years.
they don't, sometimes they don't have families for it, so they
It was
can
very
do
hard.
So, I mean,
I'm lost.
if she was coming to the.
And by that, maybe looking for some clarity about where to go in the future or how to put things
You could
back
say, well,
together.
this is a Catholic agency.
I would say that yes, but at this point I'm a little bit more focused, I think, on the here and now than what I'm going to be doing, a few months from now. I just want to get through today.
Even though they shouldn't.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, they
It's
might
been
say,
very
well, this is a
difficult
Catholic
to
organization,
get
so
through each
this
day.
might not be the best place for you to come.
I understand. And we're gonna explore this even more together. I want to make sure I'm just clear about one more thing Ms. Afton got.
I don't know, I was just.
Obviously, I explained to you that, of course, what we talk about as an individual therapy or what we discuss together, it does stay in this room, in this therapy office. Now, like I had said, there are certain situations, suicide or the event of harming somebody else, that another agency or source outside of what I do here at Henderson Mental Health might be contacted, might become involved. If you were, at high risk of self-harm, or if somehow through our conversations you told me that somebody else was at that same risk of harm, I would just now, before moving forward, want you to know that information could leave this room, but it's not in a bad way toward you. It's meant that that's to help you protect you or the other people involved in that potential situation. Is that making sense to you?
It does. I appreciate you explaining that to me. I can tell you right now that I have no interest in harming myself or anybody else. I'm an older woman, but I still feel like I have life in me. Even though I lost my significant other, I still feel like there's still things for me to do, and I'm just stuck right now, and I don't know exactly what I want to do or how I want to do it necessarily, but I know I want to keep doing something.
So that does make sense to you, and you're comfortable moving forward with. Okay. And you mentioned being married for 50 years. It's a long time. Can you tell me more about your husband?
Well, he was a very good husband. Like I mentioned, we do have children. We have 3 children. They are out of town, so I don't really get to talk to them very much. My husband and I were opposites in many ways, but complementary opposites. He was a very, I'm more of a free spirit, and he was more of a scientific, mathematical kind of guy. You know, so a lot of times he would bring me down to earth, and I would kind of get him to relax. So we were complementary, so I think we had a good relationship.
A good match?
I think so. I think it was a good match. You know, one thing that we did have in common though was stubbornness. We both, you know, he was very similar to me in being private about his feelings. You know, we had our relationship, and then we had our relationship with our children. So our children never really, I think, if we had arguments, our children didn't really know about it. We didn't involve them. We didn't bring them into the middle of it because we kind of wanted to give them a sense of security. And that to us was a sense of security.
So to make sure I'm with you on that you had mentioned earlier, I believe you had said exactly that you seem to not want to burden your children, being as that they're away. And interestingly, that within the context of your marriage, you also had that stability where they were protected.
Yes, we did definitely believe in keeping them out of our affairs in that way.
Now, this happening 6 months ago, I'm wondering when the last time you saw your children and where you were all together.
Well, actually, the last time we were all together, we were at the funeral. You know, my children all live in Atlanta, and they have children of their own, so I do have grandchildren, and I do speak to them on a semi-regular basis. I mean, once a week I speak to my children and my grandchildren. I do miss seeing them, though. I wish I could see them more often. But I don't like to tell them that because I don't want them to feel bad, and I don't want them to think that, you know, I'm blaming them for having a life of their own. Yeah.
Let's see. What can you tell me a little bit more about your specific relationship?
My children and I are very close. We do speak, like I said, you know, once a week I speak to my children. And, you know, it varies. Sometimes they call me, sometimes I call them. But, you know, like I said, there was always this sense of, you know, mom is going to deal with her problems on her own. You know, my kids grew up that way, knowing that, you know, mom and dad were a tight unit and they had a good relationship, but their relationship was separate from my relationship to them as a mother. You know, it was kind of like my husband always felt that I came first before the children. Not that he didn't care about the children, but that our relationship, since we knew each other first before we knew our children, that our relationship is first no matter what. You know, so I think my children know that I care about them and that I love them, but I don't know, I kind of feel like maybe I should have been, I don't know, maybe a little, not friendlier, but maybe a little bit more connected with them.
So in a sense, that protection you gave them, that you said you had with your husband, away from any of those kind of problems, even temporary things you had together, it almost sounds like you're still applying that same level of giving them that protection, even though now you're in grief and maybe in need of more support than that past habit is allowing.
Yeah, and I don't know how to change the situation because I am at a point, like you said, I'm experiencing grief, and I feel like I want my children to know. I want the people that knew my husband around me, so I can feel that sense of
that's what I was saying.
but I don't have to because I never did.
So you're drawing a blank on that.